So we have these elites throughout the Muslim world, sometimes maintaining certain sentimental forms of Muslim piety, sometimes spinning complicated stories about how, well, we contributed a lot to the Renaissance and we invented water clocks and we translated Aristotle, and so somehow we have a little bit of, we can take a little bit of credit for this thing. A little bit pathetic, really. An inferiority complex, very evident. We invented so many things, so please love us a little bit more. It's fairly transparent. And the other reaction, of course, the salient reaction, was explosions of rage. Let us retreat from this godless civilization into the strictest possible interpretation that we can find in our libraries of our religion. Never mind all of those nice Sufi poems, never mind the mercy of traditional Islamic ethics, never mind four madhabs and the diversity, the ambiguity-loving culture of pre-modern Islam. Let's find something that really can act as a megaphone for our insecurities, so we can shout and shout and shout at anybody who disagrees with us even slightly. And that's taken many forms, and there are Shi'i as well as Sunni versions of it, and that hasn't really worked out too well anywhere at all, but has generated wars on terror and global polarizations, reinforced regimes, and it's not really had a very happy outcome, the kind of roll up into a ball like a hedgehog if you're threatened and be as prickly as possible. Well, it's not really helping. It should be evident that in this age, we need to resource those generous aspects of our civilization, those which are more dialogical, those which are able to be flexible, those which do not hammer home the strictest interpretations of fiqh, but find dispensations for people who are really challenged and struggling in a fast-moving, modern, complicated, weird canary wharf. This is where people are. Logic and the purpose of religion, the maqasid of the Sharia, indicates that we should be making things easier. And that's the prophetic commandment. Yassiru wa la tu'assiru, he used to say. Bashiru wa la tunaffiru. It's a commandment in a sound hadith. Make things easier, don't make them harder. Give people good news, don't repel them. Nowadays, a certain type of traumatized, furious, enraged Muslim soul is not happy with that and wants to turn it around. Let's look for the hardest possible interpretation. And when I found it, let me spend the whole afternoon on YouTube attacking people for not following the strictest possible interpretation. And then perhaps some peace comes to my soul because I'm feeling superior, at least to somebody. It's not really real religion. The Holy Prophet's instruction is clear. Make things easier, don't make them harder. ما خير رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بين أمرين إلا واختار أيسرهما ما لم يكن فيه إثم. Never was the Holy Prophet, never, the hadith says, given the choice between two things, but that he chose the easier of them, as long as there was no sin in it. Nowadays we're a little bit suspicious of people like that. Sometimes